there. It takes like 2 hours to go up and down. I didn't go. I didn't go. And then, let's see, let me see. We did go to Mount Arafat, tent city, and like she said, it seemed like it was miles, but they said it's a lot different from when it was, because now they have like solid pieces to the tents.
Right.
It's not all like, you know, cloth. We went to where the Prophet and Abu Bakr sought refuge when making we went there, and we went to see we went to Mena, the Jeramat Rat, and we also passed the Hydra Mountains. And then it was off to Cairo after that day. We was off to Cairo. We went to Cairo, and then we left there and we flew, sorry. We went to Jeddah and flew to Cairo, Egypt. And we stayed at the Hotel Steinberg there, very nice hotel. And I knew something was different. I was like, okay, I didn't realize that we were a backdoor to Israel, being real with you, it wasn't in my mind, you know, that we were gonna be, I don't know what happened to my geography, but we were that close. But I noticed it because of the armed presence in Cairo. We did have private guards with us there while we were in Cairo. We did visit the pyramids of Gaza. We did the Sphinx. We toured Islamic sites like the Citadel, Masjid al-Azhar. We went to Malcolm X, the one that he prayed at. We went to that masjid. Ali Khan. We went to the bazaar, the market, the Abdullah market, which was really nice. And then we ended it with a dinner on the Nile River. And it was a very nice, rewarding end to our Umrah trip. And I just want to say that I just had the best, I think, two that could, as directors, you know, they did a really good job. They were very patient. Like I said, it takes a lot of patience to do Umrah because you run into a lot of different obstacles. You got all those different personalities. It was 4 sisters to a room. You may know them and you may not. I was just fortunate that my sister came with me, my baby sister, and the sister I do Arabic class with, she was in the room with me from Atlanta. And the 4th sister was she just fit in like, we had the best time. The 4 of us together, we had just a lovely time. There was sickness. Some people did get sick, but everyone took care of those who, upper respiratory, that didn't feel well. It was like we had a medicine for whatever was wrong with you. Someone had something for it. So, and that's about it. Oh, the hotel in Mecca had a 3-story mall. Anyway.
I would like to inject that you need to do your homework. You need to know the rituals, because there's a lot. At every point, you know, there's prayers that I brought a couple of books. This is a really good book to take, you know, with you because it's small. It has du'as and prayers in it. Tells you when and where to do them. If possible, take a class. Our tour guide had workshops.
Yeah, we had workshops.
And it was in Philly, but I was able to, they did Zoom, so you need to do your homework. And you were on a scooter, I had to walk. You need to do some walking.
But I have my walker too. I came prepared. Not only did I bring my scooter, I have the stand-up, which you put your hands in, walker, that you can sit on as well. Because a lot of places, they're not equipped to handle scooters. They don't have, like we have, you have to have ramps and what have you for the handicap. They don't. So you have to be prepared. So I had a cane, I had my stand-up walker, and I had the scooter. Scooter was really for just going to the masjid and back, because going into the different mosques, they had steps. It was no good to have my scooter.
Right.
So you have to be prepared if you have a problem walking. Some sisters, they had the wheelchairs. You can buy a wheelchair there for $90, and they normally just donate it when they get through with it after a week. Just donate it back. They're like in fact, they were $93, our money. And it was brand new, and they sell them at the drugstores there.
Also, stay with your group. You can get lost really easy. Even in Medina,
Yes.
or Mecca. In Medina, you say you were at gate 90?
No, that was at Mecca. I went into gate 25 in Medina, because gate 32 was for the prophets. So those gates, you have to know your gates.
Yeah.
My sister got lost.
Yeah.
My sister was so lost, she said she kept going in circles, because that's how big around. I guess it's about 50, 60 doors to it?
Yes.
That's how big it is.
So,
Any questions?
I brought I brought a few handouts, but some of the things that you do, I brought some. I only brought a few, so if you need some, if you need more.
Just pass them around.
Yeah, these are some of the things. I also brought a list of items that you might need going to Umrah. You don't have to have everything on this list, but shoes, comfortable clothes, light clothes. Well, when I was there, it was like 90s and above. So depending on the time of the year you go, but I also bought a list of things that you might need.
Don't overpack.
No.
Let me tell you. Don't overpack, because when you get there,
You're gonna shop.
you're going to shop.
Yeah.
And you're going to find that most of the sisters have the one-piece dresses, and you're going to and they're like $20 to $30, for just a regular bias. You're not paying a lot of money. So I found that most people, when they got there, they were buying suitcases to come back home.
I did.
And they were looking at me, they said, Joanne, what are you doing with two big suitcases? I said, one has nothing in it. I say, because I may, decide to get something, I have 8 grandchildren, I may decide to get something, and I don't want, I know they have a 50-pound weight limit. You can take on 2 suitcases, not carry-ons, to be checked in. So why not? So, but most of my groups, they were buying suitcases.
Yeah. Also, I brought another book. This is a series, I don't know, for each pillow. This,
I'm sorry. I thought you wanted to pass it around.
you can pass it around. But that one is specifically geared towards Umrah and Hajj. But there's also one for fasting, Salat, so, and it gives a lot of hadiths in there.
Yes.
As to what is permissible and what's not. So that's an excellent book to look at.
I was fortunate that Imam Suleiman was pushing me, so he knew all the, he knew it all. So I just repeated after him. But I do have the same book, but mine's go around the neck. It comes with, it comes around your neck, and it has step by step what you ought to do. But the one thing that, and I don't know whether I should, so maybe y'all should look at it the way I did. Well, I thought I was going to be outside, going from Safa to Marwa.
No, it's enclosed.
It's not.
No.
I'm thinking I'm going to be in some, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was going to be outside. It's going to be mountains between me. I'm going to go up from one to the other. And I'm like, I was like, Imam, so where we still in the building.
Right.
And he said, there's the light. You start from here and you go to, and that's how you do it. So it was so convenient, and it wasn't a hardship. It wasn't a hardship, Umrah, on me. In fact, I was, in my room, I was the only one that didn't get sick. Like I said, you have to start preparing yourself, with your vitamins or whatever, preparing yourself mentally as well to making the trip. So I have made my intentions. The one thing I didn't do is walk on the floor. I did not, because I was in a wheelchair, because I didn't trust you cannot take a cane or anything on the floor.
Okay.
So my intentions this year is to get myself ready because I'm going on the floor. So I made my intentions to go back in December, and I'm going to go onto the floor. So.
How much space was it between Safa and Marwa?
It wasn't that long. Well, I was riding.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
it was maybe a quarter mile.
It looked far to
Like
me.
twice as length of this building.
Yeah, it didn't look far to me.
Yeah.
Didn't take it.
Nah, it didn't take long.
Well, I tell you, you need to prepare yourself for that, because to me that was the hardest part, is going from Safa, because we started Safa to Marwa. And from Safa, when you get to Marwa, there is a little tiny hill.
It's an incline.
Yeah,
But you walk
with
on
all
marble.
the people and the heat, and that was challenging for me. So get some good walking shoes.
Yes.
Good walking shoes.
And you mentioned about you had to have like a ticket to go into the mosque. That was both the Haram and the Prophet Mosque?
No, just the Prophet's Mosque, to pray.
But you didn't have, that's if you wanted to go down where it's a green building. If you wanted to go down inside to be closer to where the Prophet was, then you needed that ticket. But you could, but if you just wanted to go inside to pray, you didn't need a ticket. So a lot of people went in, and they didn't have a ticket, but the ones who had a ticket got closer. So everyone could get into the Prophet's Mosque.
Yes.
But only the ones with the ticket got to go and pray within that.
They say that that's a piece of paradise.
Right.
When you pray there. The
We went
router.
there.
The router.
Right.
We went there and they had a different process. When we went there, you just wait in a huge line,
Yeah.
and they let a few people in, and that's what we went in.
But-
So it changed
But
it
you
from
didn't
that.
we didn't need a pass.
No.
No, we needed
They
a
ticket.
changed it from that. Now, well, what I did, we had to use our passport before we got there. That's probably what Suleiman had you all do, or something similar. And then they told us a certain time frame between 12 and 2 you go there, and you can go in that group. Because it was so many people, what's happened is more and more people are coming, so they gotta figure out the methods.
They had an app this time. You had to go on an app. And on the app, it had the times and everything. Then after it became so full, then you could not get on. Then like I canceled my reservation because they said it was the wrong day. They had gave us the wrong day. I canceled, so when I went to go and get it for the day that they were going in, they were full. So then, you just, that you have to, you can go in and pray, but you couldn't go in. They had two separate lines.
And they say if you miss your appointment,
Yeah.
you can't get it for another year.
So this is what the router is, just so people will understand. The router is between the prophet's house and the minbar. He would come out of his house and give the khutbah. So in between that space is called a piece of paradise. So everybody's trying to get in that piece of
Right,
space so
right.
they can pray. And so you gotta get, basically, you gotta go through this process and have a time frame to go. And he's also buried in there.
Exactly.
A
Yes.
couple of Sahabas are buried in there, so people, and I think you said 15 minutes, they give you a
Yes,
certain
yes,
time frame
yeah.
because people were making the longest
Yeah.
rakas in
Stay
history. They
there.
had to get you
Exactly.
up because nobody wants to
They
leave
don't
you
get
sitting
it
in
up.
there.
Yeah.
So,
And they move you along too.
yeah, they definitely do.
And it's the same thing at the, when we were at the Kaaba, they have everybody move out, when they clean the rugs, they're constantly cleaning.
Yeah.
And they make everybody get out, because if not, they will get in and stay. They will come in and they won't go. So then, everybody, you're keeping an eye out, so when they open it up, so you're circling. Because it fills up in less than 10 seconds. Once they open it back up, it is, if you're not right there, it's done. And then that's what the sisters, that's how they get your attention. That means you're doing something you're not supposed to be. You get the clap. So, yeah, and they were very, they had to be very stern, because some people, when they, I guess when they say no, I don't think they're used to someone saying no to them. So it takes them a couple of times and a couple of claps before they understand that they can't do something. But in all, patience, let me tell you.
Patience.
Patience. I didn't get a chance to go to Jumar inside the harem in Mecca, because I went to come down from the hotel and I went to go out the front door and it was just stand still. There was nowhere. It was so many people that you couldn't, so I had to double back, get on the elevator, and go up to the 10th floor where they had a sister's prayer room. And it had glass windows from the floor to the ceiling, so you're overlooking the harem anyway. And that was good. So if you didn't get a chance to get over there, you had to go. And then they had it piped, the prayer, everything was piped in.
Into the-
Your room,
Yes.
prayer times, you didn't have to have a clock. Everything was piped in.
So you said you wanted, when you did the tawaf, when you did the circumambulation around, you did it in a scooter?
No, wheelchair.
And where were you? On the floor, or were you on a certain, one of the levels?
We were on the second level.
Okay.
You cannot go on the first level with a wheelchair.
Okay. So that means you were separated from them, and you
Yes.
walked, right?
Yeah, I walked,
We-
yeah.
How did you all stay together in your groups?
The brothers formed like a triangle, and the sisters was in the middle, and we just walked.
Lock arms?
Yeah.
No, well, the brothers did, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how we stay together, because it's just, we went, like I say, we started at 10:30 at night, and it was packed, just packed all the way around. You know, so.
How many people went with the Malik group? I think she said 100.
64. 64.
And the trip to Egypt, that was an extra additional price, so you didn't
Yes.
have to go to Egypt, right?
No. We had 12 that once we finished in Mecca, they came back to the United States. So
Anybody got any
everyone
questions?
came
I got a
back.
bunch of questions. I'll keep
I
talking.
have a question.
What did you say?
What concerns did you have as sisters traveling to Umrah that you found were either confirmed or unconfirmed, like you feel like I was worried about it for nothing?
I really was worried about my dress. I worried about not being in compliance because I have